Before the crash in Hudson, Wisconsin, and the pursuit that stretched across the Twin Cities, police were trying to arrest Jeffrey Groves on charges of criminal sexual conduct, kidnapping, and burglary. According to the newly filed criminal complaint, Groves went into the St. Louis Park home of an elderly woman last week, where he was once employed as a handyman. He allegedly tied her up and sexually assaulted her several times, then took her to two ATMs where the victim withdrew hundreds of dollars. But that wasn't all Groves was wanted for at the time of Wednesday's chase. A warrant filed 2 days before the alleged sexual assault shows Groves failed to appear for a court hearing. Back in July, he pleaded guilty to receiving stolen property, but was allowed out on bail before sentencing. This despite the fact that he had violated probation for previous felony convictions of domestic abuse and repeat violations of protection orders.